Monster game from LeBron tonight?
No, I don't expect that. And seriously, that's not a knock on LeBron. LeBron,
like
no.
He's the best player on the planet. He's gonna have 12 points.
Hear me out. LeBron walks to the beat of his own drum. He's not sitting around thinking, I got to go out and get 40 tonight. He ain't thinking about, I got to get 30 tonight. He's going to go out there and take care of business in an efficient fashion. He's going to get his teammates involved. When LeBron has a poor scoring game, his history isn't he comes back and scores 30, 40, 50 points. He's averaging about 21 points a game after a bad night. Again, LeBron is going to keep everything in perspective. The Game 4 was no big deal. He ain't even worried about that. He'll score Game 3. He'll come out and score 20, 25 points, take care of business, and win the game. But I'm not expecting him to put up 50.
You know, listen, LeBron, and I'm a LeBron fan. Okay, every great player's had a hole. Okay, Jabbar couldn't handle the ball. Steph isn't big physically. Larry Bird was a marginal defender.
Wilt couldn't shoot free throws. Yeah.
Wilt couldn't shoot free throws. Michael Jordan, never a great long-distance shooter. LeBron has these moments, and they are rare, where he goes passive, and he just does. And outside of that, he's a freight train in tennis shoes, man. Every year he works on something, now he can shoot threes. This is his one hole. Michael broke into this league, and he was ridiculously selfish, and he burned out coaches and players. He got less selfish, but he was never a great three shooter to the very end. That's why you remember Portland, because that was the day he did it well.
Right.
This is LeBron's hole. Everybody's got one. It's okay. It's okay.
Look, I expect him to bounce back. I don't think this was a Dallas moment or a Boston moment his last year in Cleveland. I think it was a bad game. I think he was, getting Kevin Love involved, getting Kyrie Irving involved, and never gotten into a rhythm. He did go passive, but unlike a Michael Jordan, if he's not hot or feeling it, he's not just going to keep putting the ball up. He's going to go to other teammates, and I think that's what he did. He'll have a very good game. I agree. I don't think 40 or 50 points.
Oh, no.
But I think a very good game where he's dominant.
But the difference with LeBron, though, as great as he is, unlike Michael, Kobe, they had go-to moves. You can put them in a situation either on the post or mid-post, and they can go to those moves. Yeah. With LeBron, he doesn't have that. And as a shooter, even though his three-point shooting is a lot better, look at his misses, because he's strong. So what happens is when he's missing, they're long shots. They're not feathery touches. He doesn't have when he can get to the lane and shoot a floater, because he's not a finesse player. Now, how that affects him is this. With that big body, you would say, well, LeBron, just get to the basket. Well, he has issues shooting free throws. So now when you don't have a go-to move, now you don't want to get to the basket, you're missing free throws, mentally that gets to you. So when you talk about the flaw in LeBron's game, it's not only the mental part, but not having that go-to signature move.
It's a really good point. It's a really...
Where you can get to, that hurts you all. And that's why LeBron is more susceptible to just doing this instead of going to it.
It really is a great point.
Sometimes you can have too many options. Seriously. And that's what I see. LeBron, everything's so plentiful. He can do everything on the menu. Right. He doesn't have a specialty. Kareem, he going to drop that hook on you.
That's right.
Michael Jordan is going to
get to that post. Get to that post. That's what I'm saying.
And so that's excellent. That's
really do you see him having another bad game tonight?
Maybe not from a shooting perspective.
Start slow.
But here's the thing about LeBron, that I've watched him since high school. He's could have averaged 50 points in high school. That never was his makeup. So you can't expect him to all of a sudden be somebody he's not. He's always been this guy that does this. And he's always been the guy that when he's not shooting well, he dials it back.
Yeah.
So for me, it's about getting out in transition, getting some easy baskets early, getting to the free throw line early, being confident with it. Then I believe that jump shot now becomes freer and his mind is let go and he can just play.
If he doesn't have a bounce back game and struggles with his confidence, they got problems. Then he's
not against Boston.
Not against Boston, but going forward. If he's worried about his confidence and stuff, and you see it tonight, then they're going to be in trouble against Golden State.
I really believe Game 3 is completely irrelevant. I think it's just a one-off.
At this point.
I think it was a one-off. I think things have been coming so easy to them, as Colin said yesterday. They won the first two games by 70 points. He's at home.
Lead
now,
by 21.
No, literally. Yep. You win the first two games in Boston by 70 points, come home, wife and kids to engage with, and your mind kind of slips because it's so easy. It's a one-off. He'll be a totally different guy.
I think the difference is, too, though, because the level of competition was Boston, we look at that and say, if it was, say, a Golden State, not in the championship form, but if it was a team like that was more competitive and he didn't play well,
It could be different.
it could be different from the mindset of how we evaluate LeBron's game. But with Boston, it's like, it's Boston.
He'll come in tonight and simply overpower them and get his 20.
Watch him early on. He's going to be physical, and he's going to be getting the ball to the basket.
I liked your point about people like me that are so great that we all have a flaw. And so if I were 5 to 10 pounds lighter, I'd be illegal in most states.